Alright, alright, alright. Get ready, everybody. We are doing it again. That's right, I know how to do cardistry. No, that's not true. I'm more the card magician guy. A little bit of the gambler type. I'll be right there with you in a second, boys and girls. Empty Waste is in the house. Happy Thursday, everyone. This tune is so amazing. Like I'm totally in a cowboy mode right now. Like smoking guns is something, you know? Cards, booze, and guns. Alright, let's get started. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe. Hey there, everybody. How are you doing? Awesome, you are tuning in. That's amazing. I'm super excited again. First, I gotta turn the volume down on my headphones because this is just too loud here right now on my headphones. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Awesome, you're tuning in. We got 70 Ways Away in the house. We got Jalen Gardner in the house. Do card tricks in this live video. Yeah, maybe. Especially we are practicing card tricks or card handling in this format here on my channel, OTHMARIUS Magic. Amazing, guys. I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it last week. There was absolutely no way doing this, and I couldn't do it this week on Tuesday. So I said I do it on Thursday. But the good news is we're going to do this every coming Tuesday for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks. That's pretty much for sure at this point, which is amazing. Great. So, guys, today thumbnail rules. It's great, but do I need it actually live? That's the question. And I will explain why I came up with this little theme for this live stream a little later. Okay. Very cool, guys. So there's the chat. You guys are tuning in. I hope you're ready. You got your setup going and your cards at hands already, because we are starting practicing card magic here in a minute. And then we are going to answer any questions that come up and trying to figure out what's the best, what are the best choices of what to practice actually at a specific time on your journey on the royal road to card magic. Because that's your journey, right? That's why you're tuning in, right? Also, Naira Smith is tuning in. Hey, Naira Smith, awesome, you're back. Guys, let me flex here a little bit at the beginning. Let me show you something, which also fits kind of to the topic. Look at this keyboard, guys. I bought myself a mechanical keyboard, which is doing the blinky thing, you know. And it has different modes, you know. You can just you can make different modes here, and then the thing is doing like crazy light show, you know. And here's the thing, you know, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? It's pretty epic. But did I actually need it? No, I did not actually need it. I just wanted it to be in my life, you know. So I bought it. But this was the first element of this thought process that brought me to what I want to talk about with you guys here today. Let me change this to this one. I like this the most. Like everything's like blibbity blanketly. It's crazy, yeah. So put this here aside. And by the way, if you see like a strange tiny flickering of these lights, that's because of the camera and the interval or the frequency of the camera and the lights, and that makes the blinky. The lights are looking really steady and really awesome when you look at them with your naked eye, you know. Yeah, there's things in life, if you think about it, you don't need them. And obviously, when it comes to materialistic stuff, you know, objects or gadgets, that's always a question. Why do I actually want to invest money for which we usually have to work, except you're a rich kid, you know? And we have to make a decision. How badly do I want this gadget or this thing? But this is a theme that goes not only through buying gadgets or objects, but also is relevant when it comes to making decisions on learning skills, especially when we're doing something like card magic. Because, as you guys all know, there are thousands of techniques and tricks and effects or variations of tricks and effects and sleights out there. So how the heck do we decide what we put into our repertoire? And I got this thought because the other day I watched a pretty amazing tutorial by Daniel Madison. I don't know if you know the guys. If you know the guy, you should know the guy because he's a pretty great magician and outstanding sleight of hand guy. And he did a tutorial on a trick the other day where he was putting the last finesse to a certain effect using a specific dealing technique, the so-called Greek deal, which is a very difficult technique. And Daniel Madison explains in his tutorial very much in detail that you don't actually need it to use this very technique, that you can do it much simpler. You know, make life much simpler for yourself, and in a performance situation for layman, really satisfying your audience. And I thought this was really cool of him pointing this out so clearly, because that's really the point. You know, there are these sleights that are extremely difficult to learn and that take a long time of practice to perform. But do you actually need them? You know, and that's what I'm going to talk about here today in this live jam session. Probably from different angles, because when you look back to the sessions here, the practice sessions I've been doing already on this channel, you will realize I've been practicing basically the same things all over again. And funny enough, if you would now go through all these live jam sessions, you will see the progress I'm making actually throughout the time of these jam sessions, of these practice sessions, which is great, because this shows practice really works. You know, it gets you better with what you do. But at the same time, you can see that I'm practicing basically the same things all the time and for a quite long period of time. And naturally, if you think about it, and that's where the common sense comes in, you know, that's a question of resources. I mean, how much time do you have at hands? What do you actually want to achieve? What is your final goal? And then you have to kind of, make some choices. Am I going now for this technique? Do I really need it or not? And if you get to this point where you have to make these decisions, like somewhere in an intermediate playing field, you should be really aware about what you're choosing or not choosing. And if you make right choices, good choices, this will really help your progress. Instead of, wasting time learning very difficult techniques that you eventually will never use. So there's a lot of stuff going on here in the chat right now. Let me check this out here. So I gotta turn this off. By the way, this is the this absolute cool site I found, YouTube channel, Royalty Free Planet. I'm always giving them a shout out because they are supplying content creators like myself with incredible royalty free music. I really love what they're doing. That's amazing. So anyways, gone away here. Let's see what's happening in the chat. No, let me go to this here. You can see more. Let me read. Let me read through what you guys are doing. So, James Tobin writes, Pinky count is the most important. Oh, Flying Wee is tuning in. Hey, Flying Wee, awesome, you're tuning in again. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. The pinky count is the most important. We have been talking about the pinky, about the power of the pinky and the importance of the pinky. Our little ninja here in the last live stream, we came up together with the hashtag Pinky Consciousness, which I thought was quite funny. Jalen Gardner wants me to do cards giveaways. I'm doing those occasionally, usually celebrating milestones, subscribers milestones on YouTube. So if you're not a subscriber to my channel, subscribe, hit notification bell, and around the next milestone, big milestone, it's going to be 10K. I'm going to do a big giveaway. Sheeta's Magic writes, Sheeta's Magic, awesome, you're back. I got my first deck of Blue Seals yesterday and my first deck of Tally-Hoes. Awesome! Congratulations, man. You enjoying those? Isn't it great to work with a decent deck of cards? James Dobbin, if you don't like it, just get the fuck out of here. I thought this guy was going to show us some tricks, not trying to teach me about materialistic needs. No, I'm not trying to teach anything. This is a card practice jam session. So everybody gets a deck of cards out, and we're making this quality time. James Tobin, Christian Ramsey's old stuff was the best, though. Yeah, well, Chris is pretty occupied with riddling complicated puzzles and stuff. I just watched the latest Chris Ramsey video in the morning today. Was some weird puzzle, and he was going through it. It took him, I don't know, 3 hours to riddle this one, which I thought was impressive because I would have never made it, even close finishing this kind of thing. I'm way too impatient. You say I just can't stand something like this. Brian Rappert. Brian, hey, awesome, you're tuning in again. I agree, most advanced moves I have seen can be done much simpler techniques that would be good enough for almost all other spectators. Okay, other magicians might be able to spot them, but yeah, it's not everybody's call, to become a magician's magician. And of course, there are techniques that are so unique and so special, and at a certain level, you maybe just want to have them. Like I wanted to have my mechanical keyboard in my repertoire, and so you tackle them then. But especially for beginners, especially if you're just getting started with magic, the most important techniques is basic cutting techniques, basic shuffling techniques, false shuffling techniques, a general loose and casual handling of the cards, and then of course fundamental techniques like the double turnover, double lift, double turnover, one or another forcing technique, and so on. Some color changes, you know, to get started, to get into the groove, to get into performing, and from there you progress. But of course, all these things I just mentioned, they also take time of practice, and you will spend quite a lot of time practicing cards before you go into something more advanced, you know. Like, for example, I talked about it, the Greek deal. I'm going to talk about it a little much more later on, because I did a little research on the move. Nothing special, I just was interested in it. Never heard about it before. And once again, I realized how great the internet is, because you just do a little research, you know, and then you will find you get some answers. Pretty cool. Yes, seems like a lot of technique is to impress other magicians. Yes, I've just been in a forum where people were talking about this specific dealing technique, and you could tell that there's folks that have a huge understanding and a lot of knowledge also about the history of moves, so where they are first published and how they evolved and so on and so on. And this is kind of a very specific knowledge, like you know, this when we magicians get nerdy about things, you know, or especially the card guys, you know. But on the other hand, there are probably thousands of professional magicians working every day, every night, you know, or every weekend, and they don't know where this or another slide they're using actually comes from. They might know where they've learned it from, but you know, this is knowledge you don't really need to know, you know, to put the techniques into use, you know. It's just another approach on the whole thing. Flying V writes, I think that there are a lot of slides, but use the ones you really like, quality over quantity. That is right. And while I'm practicing here the basic table riffle shuffle, I couldn't agree more. And the way I see it, outstanding performers and successful performers, they are working with a very with a pretty defined repertoire of slides. They really mastered, so that they really know how to do these slides, and then they use them very cleverly. They embedded them very cleverly in their routines, so that they are enabled to perform a vast variety of effects, entertaining their audience, you know, which is the right way of doing it, and compared to the wrong way of doing it, you know, knowing tons of slides, not really being able to perform a handful of them really satisfyingly, and then only presenting pretty much the same effect like the ambitious card with it, you know, makes no sense. It's a waste of time. So Flying Wee is doing great. That's amazing. Awesome. Abhishek Rathor in the house also. Welcome. After a long wait. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it last week. So here we are now. Jalen Garner, you're doing card trick videos. When is the giveaway? Did Chris Angel made a show? Yes, Chris Angel is doing a show. I'm doing a giveaway as soon as the next milestone, 10K subscribers milestone goes down. And I have a lot of card tricks, or quite some card tricks, on my channel. You'll find them on my channel. 70 Ways Away writes, the puzzle was insane. Yes, it was. It's insane. I did not even know that things like these exist, you know. It's absolutely crazy. I just wanted to look it up, how expensive these things are. How costly, I don't even know. So, Samty Wesley writes, I may be wrong, but a good shuffle, cut, and control, and DT that should get you going with endless possibilities to start. That, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Focusing on mastering those basic techniques, then adding more. Yes, I made the mistake of half-assing my techniques, now going back and replacing bad habits with proper techniques. Yeah, exactly. That's what usually happens. It's also a part now of the marketing strategies of magic products, you know, that you alert in that the next trick is going to be the thing, your breakthrough or something, and then, or that you need to know this variation of this specific technique because that's a bombastic thing, and then you can get into this habit to you know, to buy one product after another, to look into one technique after another, and so you're just, you know, stocking up material you know, never really come to use. Try to avoid that. But of course, we are all human, and of course, we all interested in this. So you're not wrong, actually, learning something new, going into something that interests you. But it's of course something else to get knowledge or a basic knowledge on a certain specific technique or handling or design of a trick, rather than actually really going into trying to work this out for yourself so that you will be able to perform it. You know, these are two different things, you know, although sometimes I have the feeling people don't see the difference there, so they think that they know how to actually do a trick just because they've learned the secret. By watching a YouTube video in the worst case scenario, which of course is not how things are working, you know. So, on the card table, to the card table here, bang, 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 with a little music, and I'm just shuffling here the table, riffle, enjoying myself. You guys got a deck of cards out? You're practicing? I hope so. Let's make this quality time for everybody. And I mean, guys, we are really privileged today. We have access to so many reliable learning sources, books, tutorials, DVDs, reviews. I mean, you can basically spend weeks on watching just, you know, the latest releases or performances of outstanding performances out there. And that's really amazing. And for me, this is I'm always working like this. I always try to get to the original source of a move, mostly in a book, and I try to figure this out myself, reading about it. And when I got a common understanding of what's supposed to happen in the hands, I tend to trying to find a decent performance of it, because it's really amazing when you start practicing something or trying to get behind the handling of something, and then seeing the performance of somebody who really knows how to do it, and it's like, oh, that's how it's supposed to look like, it's respectively not look like, and then and this always gives me a huge motivation boost, you know, in getting into the technique, really. So Flying Wee writes, no, Samty Westaway writes to Flying Wee, about a year ago I pulled a Royal Road of my card shelf and started officially going through it and bought Card College Volume 1 and 2. So these are really basic fundamental sources, and you do no wrong working with those. The thing is, when you really get deeper into magic, especially into one field of magic like card magic, you will find there are so many cross sections, and you will find pretty much a lot of the same effects coming up in different books, and then there are just variations of handlings or designs or builds of the tricks, and then there is also a learning process by you know, getting these great ideas about how you could do this or how you could perform this. And at the end of the day, of course, the challenge is to make whatever it is you decide to try to perform for people, to make it your own, you know? Yes, of course, my channel is a great source for learning magic, especially for practicing magic. You know, like getting. It's for me important to get real about this. I've said this very often in this live stream here, that we are watching so very often the final products of awesome players, of people who put a lot of effort into their work and a lot of practice and stuff, and this can get frustrating or demotivating, because you think, man, I will never get there. You know, the bar is just way too high. But it's the truth. The back end of it, it's a lot of practice, and it's just a matter how much you practice and how well you practice. You know, and I thought, you know what, we are on YouTube anyways, looking for new techniques or for great performances. And I thought, hey, let's give it a try. Let's practice together. Oh, now I have a camera issue here. What the fuck? I'll be right with you guys. There's something with the camera. I tried to fix it. I'm sorry. Okay. Did I fix it? Yes, I fixed it. Awesome. Awesome. So, let me show you a little something here. I'm not only working on cards, I got my magic bag here. And what I got in there, my magic bag, I just want to show you. I just got a light here, I saw it. I got this baby here. Inside of there, my jumbo coin. I'm working on a jumbo routine, and then of course this beautiful baby here. Like, it's just something. I'm gonna give it a try here. I don't know if that works. Got a magic ring inside this box here, and then you can try, or you have to connect the rings together with a very complicated spell. I just haven't really mastered yet. Just give it a try. Something like this. And then it's in there, man. It's so crazy. You see that? And then you just can, with one flap, it comes out again. That's freaking insane. And this is a little something. I'm working the sides, and coming back to this. Coming back to the question of this live stream. There, of course, is the coin roll you could now do with a ring, which of course feels a little different. And this is something where I say, yeah, just like if I'm going to ever perform this linking ring thing, maybe I would like you know, adapt the coin roll here for the ring, because I could do it with not too much effort. But there's also this coin roll over the fingertips here, and this is like, this is crazy, you know. And this is, again, I love it. It's a beautiful flourish with a ring, yeah. You know, I'm not a ring guy, so I'm basically trying this here for the first time, and then I'm immediately in the situation where you go like, okay, what is happening? What muscles are there? What do I need to do, you know, to get to flip it over, right? Like this. Okay, here I grab it, I go here, and then you start practicing. First, you need to understand the move, but then here comes the question, you know, how much time will this take me? How much effort will this take me? And how much, you know, crawling on the floor or underneath my couch to get this ring back, because eventually I will drop it a lot, in order to get this really going. And then it's just this question, you know, where you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision where you say like, yes, I want to put this in my repertoire. I want to have this slide, or not this slide, this flourish, this ring flourish in my repertoire, because I just want to have it. I want to have it in there, and then of course you will have to invest the time you need to get this rolling, you know, at your fingertips, literally in this scenario. But of course, also you can say, you know what, I don't need it. It's enough time and effort to get this linking ring routine at my hand, so I focus only on that, and I leave it be with this flourish, because, you know, I'm an old man and I just got that much time at my hand, you know. And this is a decision that eventually will come at you quite often on your way, practicing something delicate like magic. So, Sam Tay Wasteway says, I have to clock back in from lunch. Okay, I'm at work, but wishing everyone an awesome practice session. And OTHMARIUS, thank you for being awesome. Also, I'll see you all back here on Tuesday. Sam, take care, have a great lunchtime and a great working day. So, going now into this routine after warming up a little bit. And then also I'm saying this quite often, there are sequences in every pattern, or every sequence is built of patterns, and you can defragment a certain movement always into smaller movements. So you go in circles, then you repeat this movement, you repeat the other movement, and then you connect this both movements as one sequence, and then you do this with two more elements, and so on and so on, and then you knit it all together to get going. And in this sequence I'm practicing here, which is not original at all, this is really classic stuff, I will go for, this is my first two bits I'm bringing together here in order to get a longer thing into motion. And the difficulty level here is really high, although it is actually not so difficult, but not so difficult compared to other things you can do, like the Greek deal, for example. But we are here in a situation where I'm shuffling cards, right? So this thing it's got to be completely loose and casual, you know, and the main goal here is to get this flow of motions so very much under control, which, as you can see, I'm not really close being there, just getting there, the last 10%, because when I actually perform this, you know, I don't want to focus on this at all. I just want to do this like almost, you know, like I'm doing it now, talking to you in a more or less free speech, you know, because then subconsciously a shuffling sequence like this becomes extremely deceptive, you know. Even from this angle, me repeating this, you could see in this very moment what's going on, the way I performed it now, you know. This is there are some flashes I wouldn't mind working on for a layman's audience, like a moment like this. However, with the camera, that's a different situation. Also, this comes back all the time. So if you got a camera or a mirror, make use of practicing. You've seen the flash there again? Anyways, for layman, for real eyes in a real performance situation, not a big deal at all. I'm talking about this, no, which moment is it? Let me say. Naira Smith writes, yesterday I realized I can very easily take a glimpse at the card I cut to while doing a Charlier card, so I'm always ready for effect using a key card. You know, there are so many ways of, so many different card glimpses. This is insane. And the easiest is actually basically to at a certain point, you know, even when you just pull, you know, the easiest way of glimpsing the card is just pull them out. When you pull them out of the box, give them a shuffle, give them another shuffle. Oh, I forgot the card. What was it? And it's there, you know. So now Naira Smith with this simple trick is, this was the flash I was talking about. This is where I'm doing this wrong. Ah yeah, but this is the divergent version actually, I believe. When I do it like this, you know, here you see definitely you see the secret, right? No, here you see the secret. Anyways, gotta figure this out. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I always got away with this anyways. So because you can also do it like this. Doesn't matter to laymen. And I really don't want to. I really don't even attempt being a magician's magician. I believe there's no point into this. Of course, I want to have my slides down and my technique good, but I'm more focusing on a good performance, you know, on a nice interaction with the audience. It's much more important to me than anything else. So sequence 1. Yeah, and then we got this YouTube situation. So finally, the European Copyright Directive is now officially law, binding law for all European countries, and now they have to implement it in the next 2 years. And YouTube is going to look very closely at what the European countries do with it, and then they will make their call, their decision. I'm guessing that we will see a constant, very slowly change in the way the European internet works and feels and looks like. Yeah, and I hope I survived this. Now I see here for the so this is how I would do it live. I would say, guys, look, the cards are really getting pushed together. But for the camera, I would just do it like this. Just like that. Like this. Pushing the cards together. That's it. And then we go for the next beautiful move. This one. Right. Let's do this once again. Yeah. I love this cutting technique. It's absolutely magnificent. Very beautiful. I'm listening to really strange music here right now. You guys too, right? So on Tuesdays, I'm realizing not so many people are tuning in like on Thursdays, because today is Thursday. Not so many people are tuning in compared to a Tuesday. So next week, I'm going to do this on Tuesday. So you see that was the second rotation here. Now let's bring these two together in this learning process, like this. Boom, there we go. 1, 2, and then the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That worked well. Nice. Doing this right there once again, giving the cards a decent shuffle. All the cards interlacing. So, and then to the next one, just like that, bang, 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 getting the cards together. Like this is nice. It's getting somewhere. Just like that, and like that, bang, 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 bang. Ah! Again, Brian Rappert writes something absolutely reasonable and very, very interesting and important. I'm reading this out for you guys here in this journal. So Brian Rappert says, I agree on the need to limit what we learn, but also I have found it useful to familiarize myself with lots of different basic controls just to get a sense of what is possible and what works for me. Yes, 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 absolutely. And it's also a lot of fun, you know, to get intrigued in between, you know, when you're like somebody pulling something off, you see something, you're like, what the hell was that? What was that? And then you get, you know, you get a little bit of this sensation back, you know, that magical sensation, which you easily lose when you're practicing a lot the same things and stuff, and then you might be pretty decent on a mechanical level, but not so progressed as a performer, and then you perform something, and then the reactions of the people are not very strong because you didn't really connect with the people. So why would they open up to experience something magical? You know, something, because this is something intimate, a special moment, a moment to remember, at least longer than your everyday moments, you know, walking to your bus station to get to your job in the morning. And then you might, you know, think, oh, this is the trick. It's the trick or the effect. I have to get into something else, or I have to make it more difficult. It was too easy. You know, that's not the point. It's not the point. And now Brian is asking a very difficult question. So how would you suggest limiting with knowing what is possible? Well, man, this is something, it's just common sense in a way, you know, for yourself. I mean, at a certain point, if you're not a complete idiot, you should have a sense for an objective truth according to your abilities and according to what's possible for you or not. You know, I'm absolutely not a fan of this false positivity bullshit, going like everybody can do everything. You can be whatever you want, and so on and so on, because it's simply not true. There are limits. Everybody has a limit. Everybody has to deal with certain resources, and the outcome, the quality of the outcome, heavily relies on the decisions you make. And the better decisions you make, the more realistic you are. The more realistic you are about your own skill level, the effort and time you put into something, and the goals you set in relation to these two other factors, the better you can make it. You can basically foretell your own future, you know. And I really know this from experience, because I used to be a young man. I used to be way out of my head league. I was long before I got into magic. Music was my thing. I tried to actually get to study music in Germany, and this is a very elitist thing. This is only the best of the best get at the university in music. So I went there and I tried to, and I failed, man. I failed on a level that it was completely humiliating for everybody in the situation, you know, testing my skills. You know, there were basically no skills, you know, according to what the people wanted to have to allow people to study with them, to become their students, you know. So and years later, looking back, why did I even go there? Why did I put myself into this situation? Why did I put these people into this terrible situation, you know? Having to tell me that I have absolutely no place being there. It's because I was delusional about my own skills, about my own importance in the world, about my what I can achieve with what I actually put into it at the point time being, you know. Because you cannot study classical music and then practice 2 hours a day for a year. You cannot do that, okay? But I was just delusional. And so it's a matter of life experience, you know, and adjusting your understanding of the world and of yourself, of who you are. And of what's going on in the world, what's real there, what's real out surrounding you, you know? You got to separate the fantasy of your brain from the reality that's out there, and then you got to deal with it. And it's not an easy task, you know. That's a very difficult task. That's why I am invested in teaching arts, and that's why I am loving all kinds of arts, because there is this specific element of knowledge, of consciousness, self-consciousness, self-awareness you gain by studying any art form. And this is freaking important for a happy life. Or for a stable, let's say stable life, you know, because I wouldn't even say that happiness is the final goal in life, you know. Because there will always be something that might come your way and that gets you out it gets you off track. The question is how do you deal with whatever comes in life? How balanced are you? And studying the arts is highly, all kinds of arts. Can be martial arts, also sports, whatever it is where you get into this mindset of setting goals, working toward a certain goal, and then eventually failing. And then realizing what happened, what did I do wrong, you know, and then repeating the process, or just taking the experience and going somewhere else. Flying We, the same thing here, studied at Jazz Studio in Antwerp and felt miserable. Hey, then you know how it feels, you know. So, love doing this with you guys. It's really exciting. I gotta go for a little break here. Oh no, let's before I finish this, I want to go for the last, because that is, and some of you might of course know it, the up to the ladder, and the up to the ladder is giving me an incredible frustration time now, because I'm at this point where I actually where I'm not satisfied with the results, because I feel like that I should do it much better than I'm actually doing it right now. Or respectively, I should be much more in control of what is going on when I pull off the move than I actually am. And this is frustrating me. You know, this is one of these, sometimes also this happens when you practice. You say, I've been practicing this so long, I should actually be able to do it. And sometimes it's just, you just need more time, and sometimes you're doing something wrong. And I'm not right now knowing what is going on here. So I just keep on doing this until I realize what's going on, you know? Ash does ask, can I ask you something? Well, I just started to learn magic and I've been doing it for a while and I've been beginning to like it. The thing I want to ask you is there a place for magic? Is there a place for magic? I don't know really what you mean, you know? There is a place of magic. It's in our hearts. I'm sorry, I'm just joking. I don't really know what you mean by with a place for magic. Usually there are magic circles or meetings in pretty much every town or area. And if not, if you're living somewhere abandoned or something, where it's not good connection, a lot of people like in a big city or something, there's the internet, you know, there's people like me, there's a lot of other great magicians teaching or just performing, doing that thing, their magic thing. So there's a lot of inspiration out there. And then it's just a deck of cards, you know, and practice time, what we're doing here to get started, you know, if that was your question. You mean like maybe you mean like a magic school or something? Not that I know of, in the sense of there is no official institutions there, but there are kind of private institutions, yes, private teachers also. But a lot of magic folks are autodidact, meaning they are taking a book and start with a book and get it going. I believe for a very long time in the art form, also especially with cards, the knowledge was given on a very private and personal level, because a lot of card magic descends from gambling, cheating with cards. So this was a very valuable knowledge, you know, extremely valuable knowledge, and also very dangerous knowledge. So if you know, I don't know, 1820 somewhere in the Wild West, getting caught cheating at cards, probably you'd ended up dead in the desert. Okay, the up to the letter. That's that, and I'll bring it all together. And this very long and annoying shuffling sequence, which is in a performance then just a piece of cake, very quickly, just something very soft, but then all the dirty work is already done, something like that, and yes, boom. One, two, three, four, and God! Need a little break here, kiddies. Today's session is so much more chill than last session. There was so much more going on, and the chat and the vibes were so much. I was so much more energetic last week. Although today was the really hot day, first time over 20 degrees in Berlin, capital of Germany. That's where I'm broadcasting from. And we are having here constant viewers, about 11 viewers. Sometimes it goes up to 15, but it's about like 10 of you guys are staying with me, which is great. Probably practicing cards, and it's still a very cozy community situation, and really getting to know each other. Probably you guys getting to know me much better than a lot of other folks, because you know, practicing the cards here, I'm getting into this habit of, you know, sharing stuff in my life. Dude. Daryl Leroux writes, I'm in South Africa and we have 0 suppliers of close-up pads here. Considering I have never used one, from what I can see, it's similar to a mouse pad. Yeah, actually this one at least. This is from a Spanish company called Fournier. It looks like this from the back. It's got a little rubber here. And yeah, it's basically a filled overlay here, and due to the rubber, it has a little bouncy surface, so it's really, really good for working cards on the table. But Daryl, you are the badass guy. You don't use one of these, so you should, if you do perform, be able to do all these things that I've been doing here on a plain surface, you know, which makes it so much more difficult. Ash Das now comes up with the topic of stage fright. Writing, well, I've been practicing a specific trick over and over again, but when it's time to perform, I don't have the guts to perform because I feel like I mess up the trick. Yes, yeah, you just the only real answer to it is just mess it up, dude. Just do it. Just freaking do it until you don't mess it up. And then it works for the first time and you're going to be the big shot and you're going to be super hyped about yourself. And then next time you mess it up again. And eventually the rate of messing it up goes down drastically. You know, performing magic, you also have to practice, and that's the pity of it. You cannot practice it without an audience. And Flying V is getting into the topic of history of cards right now. You know, the card games were forbidden in the medieval centuries because they were the play of the devil. Yeah, we all devils worshippers here with our playing cards. By the way, this is a theme. This spooky, mysterious note that comes with magic, or if you want to play it like this, was used in a 19th century a lot by magicians, you know. Like you see these posters, and then little red devils are on the backs of the magicians and so on. You know, this is a little bit of sensationalism, you know. It's playing with the forbidden, you know, that what you're not allowed to do, and the magician is the mysterious character who's connected with supernatural forces and so on. I mean they basically there's this line in magic where it turns from a performing art, where it's legitimate, to fraud. You know, there are these fortune tellers still out there, or this how these guys are called that speak with dead relatives. Forgot it now. Not fortune tellers. Come on, mediums. You know, and these are shameless individuals that exploit the need of people, people in grief, you know, exploiting the grief of people and completely scamming them. It's disgusting. I hate these people. There's also the same play of basically what we know in magic. That's any kind of what we call mentalism today. Yeah, a lot of Christian preachers abuse this a lot. You know, these are techniques, pretty easy scamming techniques. You know, of getting information of the people, and then you're connected with Jesus or with God, and then you make a little healing show in there with some goons, and there you go. Look, I'm drinking my invisible beer here. Taking a lot of money, you know, stealing money from people. It's really disgusting. And I consider these people, these frauds, fortune tellers, mediums, miracle healers, priests. I consider them my natural enemies. because I am a child of the Enlightenment, you know. I'm on the side of science and of education, and I'm on the side of liberty and liberation of the individual, you know. And what we do in magic, at the point where what we do in magic, fooling people, you know, misguiding them, misleading them, we do this for the purpose of entertaining them in a show, and it's a bargain. And of course you can make money with that, you know, like Chris Angel is having right now the best magic show ever in the universe. And people know it. They go there, they get a bombastic show with light and with fire and with, you know, the magician flying, disappearing here, disappearing there. Maybe somebody gets sawed in half, whatever, you know. Some midgets get shot out of a cannon, whatever, you know, all this circus stuff. And people enjoy it. It's entertainment, show business, and it's completely legitimate in that area. Everything else is just criminal activity. And I believe the most famous magician today who really walks the line is Darren Brown, right? No, how's it called? Darren Brown? Jesus, man. I'm getting old, but I believe so. Mentalist. I Google this. Darren Brown. Let's see. Don't even know when he was born. Yeah. English. Darren Brown, an English mentalist and illusionist. He's, by the way, an extremely well card performer as well. He's got something out. I don't know. It's called the Devil's Paper Book or something, and it's a very very good lecture on card magic. So he knows his things, and he managed to keep this dangerous vibes, you know, this mystical vibes. It's a little bit scary what's going on there, you know. This sensational things, you know. He managed it very well, I believe, like nobody else today, to get this character still going, still alive in our times. Although, on the other hand, there's a new thing going on with people being very naive and believing things, and a lot of performers are now again getting away with things that where you thought this never comes back again. For example, this light bulb thing, you know, with electricity stuff, you know. I've seen some magicians do this on telly, you know, and they do basically like simple lightning effects, and people are going nuts over it. And it's like, okay, so there are folks out there who have no fucking clue what magnetism and electricity is, and there you go. You got a whole field of magic back. So. The Magic Corner is in the house. I don't know. This comment might have been. I haven't been reading comments, you know, for a while. Hello, how are you doing? And then there's Dam from Italy. Hey, Dam, how are you doing? To get a deck of cards out and practice with me. Practice with us. We're having a great conversation here. Ash Daz was very honest, saying that he has that he fears to mess things up, and then he's too afraid to get actually into performing. And I said to him, well, the only way of getting through this is just doing it, you know, just pushing yourself into this. And Flying V also responded. He says, Ash Daz, I've been there too. I messed 60% up, but the 40% that worked got me motivated to practice and perform more. And that's just how it goes. And Blind Rapport writes, I mess up too. Now I try to do easier stuff first, develop a fun atmosphere, and then if I mess up, people are often on your side. I'm just an amateur. Maybe it's different for professionals. No, it's not different for professionals. It's just the same situation. It's just that professionals manage to deal with it, you know, so that they can be professionals, so that when they get paid for a gig, and then the people, they say that was worth the money, so that they get a gig, another gig, you know, and then that's the only difference. Imagine you're an amateur and you're performing that well that people say, well, it was amazing, and you did, I don't know, from vetting for some of your friends, and you got a deck of cards, you bring your stuff, and you do this, and you do a great show. And then you did it for free. You could have got money for it, actually. Where's the point? I guess at some point, it's again this thing about consciousness. At some point, you just got to make the decision. Now I do it like that. Let's give it a try. Does it work? Let's see. But the best advice in this, with stage fright, I've heard, it's very simple. It's like nobody's is gonna die, you know. When you mess it up as a performer, as a magician, especially in this beginner stadium, there's no harm. You're not doing any harm, you know. So there's actually nothing to really worry about, you know. And once that pops into your head and stays there, and then it gets part of you, like it's nothing gonna happen if I mess it up. The worst case scenario, it's gonna be a little bit embarrassing. So what, you know? Yesterday at the bar, I just was in this situation where somebody asked me, how's your magic doing? And I was like, it was absolutely fantastic. Look, it's very tender. I just touch my palm here, and I make a fist, and then I rub the back of my hand, and then, you know, there's money. Who wants a drink? That's a simple thing, you know, and it's just amazing how people react to this simple coin production. So I'm not a coin guy, but it's like, that's my favorite thing to do. It's like people like this so much. It's really, really cool. Yeah. And maybe this also helps. So getting into it with little steps, you know, with just a little effect, with your friends, not a whole performance of a thing or a whole set or a whole super trick, just a little thing, just a little effect. You got it always on you, and then with your buddies at work or wherever, say, check this out, this trick, and you just a little trick, and people go like, hey, yeah, Mike just showed us a trick while we're having a coffee break. That was amazing. And this is also a way of getting out of this mind fuck, you know, where you just super stressed about performing. Nairo Smith asked of any tips for a color change next to to the earthness color change, and then I would really recommend. I forgot the name right now. So you got one card, shake change. Is it shake change? You just shake the cards, and they change into another card. Now this wasn't very beautiful because of a red card to a red card. Let's change. Let's this time let's change color, and let's change color and sex or gender. So we got the queen, and we shake it, and we got the king. Like this. Very easy color change. It's the one I would recommend. Also, this one is very suitable because getting into practicing this is also practicing catching a pinky break. And again, we have the pinky consciousness here, you know, catching the pinky break here underneath one card. But the way I do it is I catch the break pretty much at the same time as I turn the card over. So this is also practicing a pinky break for a double lift, you know. And with this, this comes with a lot of applications. With this, you can do a lot of things. There's also a variation of this one where it goes like this, like with a snapping motion. It's very nice. Next to the earthness color change, something very practical, very useful, and trust me, this works for a layman. Absolutely, it's completely enough, you know. And then, of course, there is not only earthness color change, but the Cardini change is also a very nice color change. Cardini change. Cardini change. It's just a little bit. No, it's pretty much on the same difficulty level. Would look something like this, where you change the card like that, hopefully without flashing. Pinky consciousness. Case that well is back in the house. Yeah, we just back with the color change and catching the pinky break. Anyways, this Cardini color change is also very beautiful, and it's also practice for the pinky. So we're having a ace of spades, and of course that is just an illusion. Boom, we turn it into the four of diamonds. Very fast color change, which works. For me, it's always important to have these things in a standing situation. So this really works. So if I was standing, like in a situation like this. Now I have a very bad camera angle because the camera is on the same height, so I would have to adjust this to do it like here. So I'm going to show you the card, yeah, and let me see if I can do this with this angle. So let me do it. So it would be something like this, yeah. And you got it. Although this was also really flashy, but you know that this is what would have been now the situation. Having a I don't know, 10-year-old kid or something, you know, very short person, little person, looking at me. Very difficult situation. Because I'm a small guy. I'm 160 centimeters. No, 160. I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. I'm 168 centimeters. Usually people are a couple of centimeters higher than myself, so I've had this privilege that I really have no audience looking up from from pretty much this angle, a little higher even. And as a stand-up guy, then of course I can always rearrange the angle, and have a lot of possibilities to go for, you know. Which is a very different thing with the table situation, because the table really limits you. So you have to work very precisely, but of course on a table you can have here drop things, you know, on your lap. By the way, Nairo Smith, I have a whole tutorial series on color changes out there. And of course, after picking all these cards up, this is also a very nice color change. I like this one very much. Boom, look at this. Isn't that a beautiful color change? Woo! And then you're of course good to go for an ambitious card. Having the card, just put it in the center of the pack. And you know, guess what? It comes jumping back to the top. Magic! Although my favorite I guess my favorite ambitious card is where you have a card that you bend. It's really cool. And now I'm ruining my brand new deck of cards. I just opened it. And then you cut the bent card right there. Look there. Can you see this? It's bent in the center of the pack. And I'm not doing anything here. I'm just getting you another card. You see that? And then with just a snap, you see that? The bent card just comes jumping back to the top. Ooh! It's very visual, ambitious card. It's one of the really the it's just the best. It's just, I love it so much. I'm not there, Abhishek Rator. I'm not there on false deals, and I would probably also, I would not like sophisticated stuff like that, which really takes a long time of effort and practice. I wouldn't do this as a free tutorial on YouTube. That would just be stupid. So for all you guys, just want to give a shout out because I was so inspired by this. Let's give a little shout out here to Daniel Madison. Where is he? Free tutorial on YouTube. That's myself minutes ago. Here, this is the channel of Daniel Madison. If you don't know this channel, it was this video here on a card trick he calls Controller, which is a classic effect with a shuffled deck that gets dealt. The magician makes a prediction, writes a value of a card down. The cards get shuffled, and then the cards get dealt down to a random position by a spectator, and wonder the prediction of the magician matches with the dealing result. And there's various ways of doing this. It's out there in very many different books. Daniel Madison performs this, and I can say this here because he's made a video on this, a tutorial on the whole trick, using a Greek deal, which is a second from the bottom dealing technique, very difficult technique. And so what you can do is you can flash the bottom card, and then you can flash the bottom card, and you can make it confusing for magicians, maybe. So it's a very advanced technique, which is not really necessary for the effect, and Daniel Madison explained this very much in detail, and I was really impressed, and I want to just give the guy a shout out because his tutorials are really taking the spectators, the onlookers' perspective in consideration, and there's somebody teaching effects with the experience of how it works with spectators, which is really rare on YouTube. You know, a lot of tutorials on YouTube are not worth the time because they're just revealing the trick, and you really and the people who teach it do not have any clue actually about what they're talking about. But not in the case here of Daniel Madison. So if you want to learn some really epic, powerful card tricks, there's a lot of stuff also on this channel. I have absolutely no problem giving this shout out here because I don't think so much in competition. I think more in collaboration, and this is a very inspiring channel, and I think he deserves much more subscribers, just like myself, because these videos are really well made. I mean, it's not necessarily everybody's piece of cake. He has kind of a very melancholic, soul-searching, dark irony going on, but he knows what he's talking about, definitely, and he's and it's really rich material, and also the videos are really made, well made, is aesthetically pleasing. So I enjoyed this very much. So, anyways, in this video with the so-called Greek deal, I was thinking, man, where does this come from actually? Because I didn't really know about it. I knew there was absolutely that there's a technique out there dealing the second from the bottom. There's center dealing techniques, like really difficult advanced stuff. I'm actually wondering what you use this for. So this is high-end gambling style performance things. Although Daniel Madison uses this specific technique here in a very magical and a very audience focused performance style, which I really admire, and I think this is really great. That's the right take on the thing. Anyway, so I went for a short research on the Greek deal, and then I found out, let me see this here, that it's published earliest, not the earliest publication, but pretty early, 1977, here in a book called Any Second Now, where Stephen Minch goes over the work of Martin A. Nash. It's a trilogy, actually. And right down here on page 191, we find the Greek deal. So I thought, that's interesting. Let's see where I can find it. Now you get the book for £227 on Amazon without a picture. So of course this is this publication. It's a collector's rarity, but you eventually find it as a download version for nothing less than $5 or $10 or something. Found this interesting. And when you go through this, you can see here, look at this table. Double lift, slide, drop, turnovers, twists, multiple shift, reverse shuffle, changes, switches again. Then there comes routines. Double lift techniques, double lift replacements. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in this book. Flip deal flourish, the flip switch, second deal, here goes the Greek deal, and so on. So, no, I didn't want to give this side. It's just a site where I found the where I found this technique published. And looking at this timetable, it's like, you see how many techniques are only in this book, and then a selection of use cases for all these techniques. Just in this trilogy from 1977, I haven't even heard about. And some historians of the art and some card shops will go like, how can you not have heard about it? You know, it's one of the most important books ever published. I'm sorry, you know. You can know everything, but it's great. It's a great move, but do you actually need it? You know, thumbnail rules today. You got to figure this out for yourselves, and it's just really important. As you proceed, as you progress, you can't learn it all. You can't know it all. But when you choose wisely and you add the right techniques, you combine the right techniques with the right trick design, creating a variety of facts, and then perform well, you know, find your own persona as a performer. By the way, Daniel Mendelsohn is also very interesting in under the aspect of somebody developing a character or working with a specific character here that has a really unique touch to it, which I really like, because this is also something very difficult, you know, to act out a magician, to find the magician. And every magician, guys, you know, they have their spiritual animal or their magical guide. And in the case of Daniel Mendelsohn, it seems to be a crow dude, something with a crow going on. And you know, guys, in my case, it's a freaking pink bunny douchebag. Where's he? Where's Bunny Man? I don't know. I haven't seen him for a while, you know. Do you guys have a magical friend, an invisible friend? It's time now to talk about our invisible friends. What do you say? It's the next topic here. To be very honest with you guys, and I gotta turn this sad piano music up here a little bit for this one here. There is this Pixar movie where I don't know how it's called, where they have this emotions, 4 or 5 emotions in the head of the family of a young girl that gets into puberty. I don't know what the movie is called. And this girl has an imaginary friend. And then this imaginary friend kind of, you know, sacrifices itself to help the emotion joy, or that's somehow the plot line goes in this movie. And guys, this made me cry. The death of the invisible friend of this girl in this fucking Pixar movie. This makes me cry like a 6-year-old who just got hit by a stone in the head. Are you guys still with me, or did I lose everybody? Oh yeah, man. Happy on Netflix. Yeah, that was a nice one. But pretty violent, man. That was a violent show. So just a little break here, and I get back into another session of seconds and bottoms, because that's what I gotta get down now. I gotta spend. I feel like really wasting time right now, but it's the last practice phase, you know. Took me a long way to get where I'm at with this right now. All right. And by the way, thank you everybody who who decided to give the web browser Brave a try. Because I registered some downloads. So thanks for the support. And anybody watching right now who's using this web browser, Brave? What do you think about this? Isn't that a great browser? And for everybody who has never heard about the project, give it a try. You will find a download link in the info box of this live stream. It's a Chrome-based browser which comes with an inbuilt ad blocker and protection for spyware and stuff. So it's a privacy web browser. And it also comes with an inbuilt crypto wallet and with a payment system where you can pay content creators for what they're doing, like myself. And with this download link, if you download this one, and it's completely free for you, and if you give it a 30 days test, I will get $5 in this cryptocurrency called Basic Attention Token. And I use this cryptocurrency to support my favorite content creators. It's a very nice alternative for supporting your favorite content creators on YouTube, as far as they are verified users of the system, next to Patreon. Of course, guys, you can also find me on Patreon, where I upload occasionally, right now, director's cuts of my tutorials. So they're a little bit longer, these cuts, with me sharing some more insights, stuff that is not really super important and which didn't make it in the final cut, because on YouTube it's important to get things crisp, you know? Turning the music a little bit up here. I'm getting into a deep dive here, practice session now. So now there's the Easter weekend coming up. So I will be on the market on Saturday, Sunday and Monday, selling artworks of my lovely lady. And then on Tuesday next week, we're going to do the next live session, practice jam session. Let's see what theme or topic I come up with this time. I don't know. And then I'm thinking about doing a very casual walk through the royal road of card magic with you guys here on the live stream. Just to keep it going. Yeah. And then, coming Friday, no, not tomorrow. Friday next week, there's going to be a vernissage in our gallery. I'm having a workshop where we produce our products, and it has a showroom with a show window, an exhibition room, and we're going to have a very awesome artist. She's living here in Berlin, but she's from Ecuador. We're gonna have a really beautiful art show with really beautiful paintings. Do you know what, guys? I just want to share this with you right now. me find this. Let me find her. Found her on Facebook. Let's see if I can find if I can find her website. No, that's another one. Yeah, now I got her. Yeah, check this out, guys. Check this out. Boom, there you go. Look at these beautiful paintings. Let's give this one here a try. Look at this. Boom, it's so beautiful, isn't it? And actually the girl on the right, that's the artist herself. And we're gonna have an exhibition with her next week Friday. No man, I didn't want to go there on the site. She's an amazing artist. It's really incredible works she's doing, and she's got these very colorful displays, and she's showing this is a figurative, showing people in really in beautiful moments of contemplation, kind of, and it's really powerful with these colorful backgrounds here, for example, like this. Absolutely fantastic artist, and I'm really excited to have to do the show with her, because this is a huge painting, you know, and having this on the wall, it's going to be a flashy, very colorful vernissage. I'm looking forward to doing this. It's coming up so in Berlin, now gallery, next week Friday. So I know you guys watching from all over the globe, so you probably won't make it, but I just wanted to let you know, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on next to cards in my life, you know. Because I just there's so many beautiful things in this world, you know. The arts, I just love the arts, you know. I don't care what it is, you know. Music, painting, magic, dance. Yeah, that's a great idea. Some sort of Q&A, or we go through it chapter by chapter. Also, maybe doing a next to the I mean, the Royal Road to Card Magic. It's built like this. It has this. Every chapter covers a specific card handling technique or slide, and then it shows you some tricks where these slides are implemented, embedded. So I think it would be really rich, you know, to just analyze some of the tricks together. But we're not going to start this next week, I guess. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe. Would this be something you guys are interested in? Some of you say, let's do this now or never. I'm getting tired right now. I can see this, that there's these blank areas in my head. And now the music is gone. What happened? What happened to the music? What happened to the music? Yeah, of course I want to continue listening. What the fuck's wrong with you, baby? Now I'm getting into practicing here a little bit. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. These are the seconds. But I'm just a dick to myself here, you know. Instead of going for a strike double, strike second, I said to myself, you know what? I don't do any compromise here, man. I'm going for the Erdness pushover. Erdness pushover seconds. It's the only thing I wanna know. I wanna master. I think it's so amazing that you guys are tuning in here, doing these sessions with me. This is so cool. You're amazing. One hour and 40 minutes we are doing this again. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Pretty impressive, isn't it already? But yeah, George Anido, this is what I'm saying all the time is that one thing is to tackle the technique, to learn it, to get it going. The other thing is to get it completely at your fingertips, to make it really, really work. And I'm still now just getting it there. And this is such a drag because the power balance here of all the muscles involved is so delicate. It's really insane. Just the right amount of pressure of the thumb, and then the right swing. Look at my thumb, and then the wrist. What am I doing with the wrist? A little bit here, you know, just be really casual. And then it is also a matter of the second finger. I'm doing something with the second finger that gets it going. Took me some time to realize this actually. And usually about this time, there's the 10 of you are also getting into a kind of a practice motion. So then the chat always dries out, and I can see this here in the analytics, like the viewer count, you know, changes. It never goes under 9 or something, or under 8. Sometimes people are tuning in and you know, what the fuck, is so boring, what's going on there? It's like, yeah, I'm practicing already for 2 hours. Nobody's in the chat. No, yeah, they are there. People are they're practicing, you know. We are practicing. We're not just watching YouTube videos, you know. Because you do not get anywhere but just watching videos, okay? You need to get your hands involved, man. The Knights of Anarchy, greetings from Berlin. Ja, Berlin, ne? Das ist nicht so weit weg von mir, wa? Wo bist denn in Berlin? Ich bin in Wedding, Alter. This was now Berlin speech. Because the Knights of Anarchy seem to come from Berlin. Yes, everybody's practicing their own thing. What are you practicing, Flying V? And how is it going? Just answer that and then just keep on practicing. I don't want to waste your time. So, 6 of diamonds, right? 6 of diamonds. Say stop anytime. Say stop anytime. So stop anytime. This is it. I'm not groovy. I'm not groovy. Stop right there. Ow! 6 of diamonds. Never done this with the top card because top cards are banned. Yeah, it gives a different feel to it. Ah. You see here, the interruption is the problem. This interruption, you know, there's no need for performing this at all if I do this interruption, you know, because how would it look like when you deal? It looks like this when you deal, right? That's how it looks like. To see any interruption? No, it's absolutely because no. So this is just the same notion that I need to get going. And actually, the secret, there is no secret to it. You just gotta, if you want to do it this hard way here, the earthness version, you just need to practice to push over the double. And you can't do this funky enough. But the illusion just gets real when you get a certain casualness, a certain timing. And then it all just, you know, blends into one motion. And this breaking interruption, and this is just practice. So Flying V has been practicing the Hermit pass, overhand shuffle control, and now double lifts. The strike double lift you thought is still my favorite. Awesome. Yes. Awesome. So with the strike, you know, with the strike double lift, the key is to clip the package between the base of the index and the thumb. Of course, a squared package. You clip them like that. And then it's the flash and operate with the second finger. Don't do first finger. First finger plays always a different role. Second finger, the flash. It's the flash of the second finger. Press it against the edge of the card, push down and push a little bit to the left, down to the left, and automatically you should be able to lift up the double, just like that. Boom. There you go. Oh yeah. So and then yeah. From here, I would recommend using this technique to get this into this grip, and then into this grip, and then the turnover needs to be very, very casual. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I perform the strike when I perform the strike, because when you push it down, now why would you would go for another strike here to get it consistent. And I found out that that I'm that I'm risking here to flash here. So I decided to catch the cards like this. Look, like just like this. This looks very natural. Now you got it. You can show it like this. Now I've been flashing here the edges like this, and boom, turn over. Yeah. And then you get it into this very nice groove, like this, like this, like this. And of course, it's always when you're nervous about it, because the problem with the strike double lift is that you have this moment here where you pick them up. And if you mess it up, you're in this stupid situation, you know, where you don't want to be. Of course, you can always restart. So if you don't catch two, you just let it go, and then you say something, and then you just restart. But of course, you can always go for the simple one, catching the pinky break here with in this manner, like you know, ruffling the cards here at the corners, catching the break with the pinky consciousness hashtag. You're in this position. Of course, you do this. You would do this in a motion like this. And when you're talking with the people, so you tilt your whole wrist, and then you catch the break. It's a very, very soft motion. And you do this, of course, chatting with the people, and then you come from the edge, slide up a little bit, catch the card in this manner, and turn it over like the pages of the book. And from there, I always do it like this, because I usually work with a little bit bent cards, so they're bent inward a little bit. I easily pick the cards up like this. So now, guys, you know it. When you see me holding a card like this, you probably know that you can assume that I'm holding at least a double. And after practicing all this while, I'm just showing you this, guys, right now, because you're sticking with me here all the time. Now I've been practicing this all the time, which now enables me then, hopefully, to get into this master double lift, you know, the Vernon pushover double lift, which is just the best one to do it, because everything else, you know, is just for kindergartens. And that's where I'm aiming at. But still, of course, the hardest part here is to get the double at the beginning, because it's just such a delicate, it's just such a pressure delicacy, and it's almost not impossible. But when you get it like this, it is insanely deceptive, Yeah. Doubles. So here we go. There you go. Picking up, showing it, covered it like this, bang, turn it over. Very nice. And then there's this thing where I just didn't find a solution to really work it. And also here, I'm just not sure. It's a 9, and then it is the king. Now you got me completely out of my second dealing, but which is okay. Let's go to the other one, which is now panic. This is the panic, but I don't give a damn. I just gotta find a way here to get to see it bouncing. I'm showing you this bouncing of the fingers. Yeah, this is how do I get this under control ever in my life? I have no freaking clue how anybody ever got this under control. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's so insane, man. There I'm going. Somewhere. Going to places somewhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Ha!
Yeah, this is what I'm working on, man. The left hand is absolutely not... It is, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the same thing that I just need more practice. I mean, to be able to do it like in this speed is already really important, but this busyness of the hand is it's not acceptable. It just it ruins the illusion, you know. It's just what's going on, and I need to fix it. And I'm working. I don't know exactly how I do this. The camera is short, pointing out at something. And the beautiful thing about these illusions is that when you make them work, they work, you know. So this is what I love when I watch master magicians, master card folks practicing cards, performing with cards. It doesn't matter if you know the show gets better if you know what they're doing. It's like, I don't know. I mean, even if you go for something like some card manipulation stuff, like Jeff McBride stuff, you know, from the classic card vanishes and card reigns that you know, up to, you know, coming up with cards, catching out thin air and stuff. This is absolutely fantastic. The illusions work so, but if you know what skill level this actually is, it's just getting better, you know. Whenever I see a Jeff McBride performing, it's like, oh my God, man, it's not, it's not possible, dude. It's not possible. It's amazing. Or Leonard Green, you know, when you the more I've studied the work of Leonard Green, the more impressive his performances get. It's like so unbelievable. Just the timing is so good. The misdirection is so subtle. The whole routines are so easy to follow, and then the sleight of hand on the lowest level, on the lowest layer of deception, of magic there. It's so good. It's so insane. I mean, he's palming almost half of the deck throughout vast sections of the routine, you know. And then people are shuffling the cards, and she's just so badass, you know, having the stock palmed there all the time, like badass, you know. You know, guys, palming that separates the boys from the man, you know. You've got this guy that completely loose, both hands completely loose, palming a whole stock all the time, and then just putting them back on there like so badass. It's amazing. So my views are dropping. We got six current viewers here, guys. Is it time to go? We're doing this for 2 hours. I just keep on streaming a little bit of practice now. Maybe half an hour more. Here's something funny. I believe somebody else is streaming right now. Let's dig into this. Let's check it out. checking out something right now. Yeah. So right now I'm watching. Let's do this. We're Richard Bellers is streaming live right now also. That's funny. Let's watch his stream. Watching the stream. That's amazing, Nairo Smith. Awesome. Here's another secret to the double lift. It's a little bit insane to say this, but trust them cards a little more. When you got them, trust them a little more. When you hold them. Works. So now let's do something funny. Let's watch another awesome magician doing a live stream, and in the live stream. Oh no! Okay. The streaming quality was down for a second. I hope I didn't crash. No, we didn't crash. Wait, I gotta check this out first. No, the streaming quality is good. We got seven folks viewing. That's me myself. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna write this now in the comments of the guy. This is funny. Let's do this. No, here the comments. I'm writing a sort of. I'm writing. I'm watching your stream. Streaming myself. My stream, not my stream. My stream. I am watching your stream, streaming myself. Haha, you are awesome. Great inspiration. Great inspiration. Keep the magic strong. This is Paul Weatherby has always been saying this. Keep the magic strong. I'm so crazy. So let's see what he's saying.
It was a stupid snake card, so it didn't matter. Exactly.
This is so funny.
I'm watching your stream, streaming myself. You are awesome, great inspiration. Keep the magic going. Thank you very much. Oh, how do I say that? I don't know how to say your name. I'll call you OTHMARIUS.
OTHMARIUS, OTHMAGIC, that's okay. So, that's funny. That was funny. In the stream, guys. That is
Shay,
a crazy world we're living in today.
So I can say
So big shout out here to
OTHMARIUS?
Yeah.
OTHMARIUS. I'm going with OTHMARIUS. So you're streaming and watching my stream, so
yeah.
now I need to watch your stream. Is your stream on YouTube? Because I can watch yours and...
That's funny. That's so awesome.
Let's find you. I'll see if I can play your stream as well, so we can watch that.
That is so funny.
We would like.
Now this is getting exciting. Are you watching?
Taking bets on a massive crash. Well, yeah, that happens anyway. So, what have we got to lose? Stream apocalypse.
This is so funny.
I'm on series 4 of Game of Thrones, by the way, folks. So I'm getting like closer and closer to seeing Sam do his thing. So yeah, I'm excited. Right. I want to find out this OTHMARIUS is going to be like super like crazy move monkey now, and I'm going to go on there and watch him, and I'll be like, I'm just talking. He's got 1,000 people watching him. You quit after season 4. You can't quit. Sam's in season 6. You can't quit.
Bella thinks he got 1,000 people watching, but there's 11 watching.
What exactly did you do to the door, Sam?
I've got more watching right now. This is so crazy.
All right, here he is.
Are you seeing me right now? Are you watching right now?
Is he streaming as we speak? He is live.
That is amazing, man.
Right, we're gonna do a bit of streamception. Here we go.
This is so cool. This is so cool.
No, I got it here. So if I click on that, so he's watching me, watching him.
This is amazing, man.
Let me
it's just a funky idea. I just had doing it, and it seems to work.
I am. I'm watching you, watching me. This is odd. Let me get you over here. Oh, come on, let me load up. Let me get it. So I'm trying to get it so that it comes up on my stream as well.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be rocking cool.
It was meant to be, wasn't it? It was meant to be. This is weird. I'm now watching myself. I'm on. Oh, this is very bizarre. So you guys can hear it, but you can't see it. If you got another screen, look it up. I can't get it up on here. I'm trying, but it's not working.
I just let me use the chance to say you are an amazing inspiration. So great, and I'm so amazed that you also do these live streams on YouTube.
Right, I'm all over it. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna make this work. I can see, I can see one of my. You lot are chatting in his one as well. Let's do this. Hang on. I'm gonna put the music up while I try this out. Hang on. Right, come on. This guy's cool.
So I got this crazy music now here. I gotta turn this down on my headphones.
Oh, mate, thank you very much. I know I'm a bit behind on yours, but that's really cool. Looking forward to seeing your channel. I will definitely subscribe now.
This is so funky. Okay, guys, just to keep you up. Now he's watching, himself watching, me watching him live. It's like some meta thing going on right now on YouTube. Probably we're going to crash the system. And then we have to load the matrix.
Why can't I?
But of course there is a time delay of probably 30 seconds to 45 seconds or something.
Yeah, I got a feeling this is definitely going to crash. Right, I'm going to have to... I can't get this to work on my minicam for some reason. I have to figure it out for next time.
Yeah, no problem.
We definitely have to go do this on the next stream so that we've both set this up ready to go before we start.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a long time delay.
Well, you can do it on you can do it on OBS, you know.
It's, yeah, so I'm back on with you guys. Sorry, that was very odd. If you want to go over and watch his as well, please do. But I can't seem to get his to work on here, which is a real pain in the bum. I didn't know we were doing this. So listen, dude, I'm gonna have to definitely 100% set this up for next time and figure it out.
Okay, top notch. We're doing this. Get back to your stream. I get back to mine. And then we can do this maybe. We have a private message on Twitter or something. I'm going up every week or something. Tuesdays usually. But you can do it on OBS.
Yeah, I use Minicam, not OBS. So yeah, I just can't get it up at the moment. Well, that's not something I like to admit. We can all go there and watch at the same time. Yeah, we just need to. I want to stream one of his videos at least. Right, let's stream one of his videos. I'm gonna. Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna. If you hit me up on Instagram. I'm talking in this weird delay. Giggity giggity. Okay, let's. So yeah, if you get me on Instagram, 'cause I don't do Twitter or Facebook, it's a proper long delay. So I'm just gonna find one of these videos and we can. Oh, I can't see what's going on. Da, 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 da. Right.
This is so funky.
Here we go. All right. Oh, he's teaching him top shot. I'm gonna go over there. Right, let's see if I can steal this instead of a live stream.
So now I crashed the live stream of Richard Ballard.
Alright, so this is, if you guys are back with us, we do this as a,
and it looks like the Stephen Ballard is giving me a big shout out right now.
So now we should be able to watch
what's happening?
This together. We can all do this at the same time. So this is, yeah, perfect. So this is just a video from. I'm gonna have to learn to pronounce his name, and I.
This is so cool. I'm just getting a mega shout out by Stephen Ballard on his live stream.
This is one of his videos. I hope he doesn't mind me showing it. Please, if you're not subscribed to his channel, get over there and subscribe. Yeah, he's killing it. It's great. Well, I'm going to go back to his live on there so I can watch it.
This is sick, guys. Are you watching this crazy shit going on right now?
Now he knows I'm watching his videos. Hope he doesn't mind.
No, it's absolutely cool, man.
Here goes. Let's have a look.
Here. You know, in this very deck, there is an ace of spades, but it's not on top of the deck. That's the ace of hearts, right? And it's not at the bottom of the deck. That's the seven of diamonds. However, when I snap my fingers, this happens.
Booyah!
OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe. Now, before I show you how to do this,
Awesome. Before I even get going, that was a very cool top shot. As you know, I can't do that top shot, so it's always nice to watch someone do it well, because I am rubbish at that top shot. So, guys, he's going to do a little tutorial on how to do this, which is cool, because then I haven't got to do any work. So I have to owe him one on his channel. Yeah, it's very, very nice. And if you want to watch that again in a minute, just go over to his channel. I can't do this top shot. I do my own top shot, but I can't do this top shot. This is why I created my own top shot.
Super awesome move of shooting a card from the pack into your or into the air. I want to point you into the direction of a tutorial of mine covering another very important technique in card magic. For example, I've got a 9 of diamonds here. Now I'm just taking the 9 and I'm placing it right in front of everybody's eyes with rolling cameras right here in the center of the pack. I rotate the cards once, I snap with my fingers and check out what's happening. That's right, the 9 of diamonds comes jumping back to the top. All right, now let's learn the top shot. That's what it's called, and that's what it's all about. The whole deck gets clipped mainly between thumb and first finger. It's really important. The thumb takes hold of the cards pretty much at the outer left corner, and it's pretty much running parallel.
Okay, guys, this is super weird now.
Now the index gets hold of the
This is YouTube history, magic history, because Richard Bellers right now is learning the classic top shot, Leonard Screen top shot,
The secret here is that the tip of the
with my
pinky
tutorial.
stabilizes the card only. It's not meant to really take hold of the card because it needs to loosen here at this point.
I gotta grab
But the
myself another
other
beer
secret
before
is that
I keep on
the
watching this.
thumb
This is crazy.
kind
Are you still
of
watching, guys? Are you cool?
holds the
Everybody's cool? It's
to
Inception
have
level here.
tangentials within the
Exciting!
card. So you need to have the flesh of the thumb, of the tip of the thumb, a little bit of the flesh protruding over the edge of the card, okay? This is the secret. In this grip, all the cards are then resting, just resting, next to being clipped between thumb and index finger, resting on the very base of the thumb. With this grip, other fingers are fully operational. All them fingers that do the pulling motion, a rapid pulling motion, but the pinky is guiding everybody. You know, the pinky is just, you know, doing the main work here. This is how it looks like when the card gets, you know, pulled over. Take a look at the thumb. Some kind of, you know, keeps hold of the card for a certain amount of time before the card flips over. And this is this energy you want to produce. When the card gets loosened from the thumb with this snap or with this click, that's the point where you really pull it out. And then the card is supposed to behave like that. It just flies away. So once again, the right grip like this, and I'm shooting the card out. Once again, that's what's happening. And then it's getting time to trying to control this thing and catching the card. And what can I say? Again, this is just, you know, this is just practice, and take some time, and then you get a feel for it, and yeah, and then you just go for it. You just go for it. Go for it. Catch the freaking card. Yeah, thank you so much. With only a few cards left in my hand, I want to thank you for tuning in. Smash that like button. Also hit subscribe and notification combo. Also, which is brand new, guys, you can now support me on Patreon if you like. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure, more magical stuff is going to be very, very soon.
I am a fan. Subscribed. I want to see what he sees about my finally getting the attempt right. Let's have a little listen.
You're very, very fast learner. You're a very good student. I believe if you put a little more effort in it, and if you focus on practicing well in the future, you might be a new. You might make yourself a name in a magic community.
This is really cool.
I am a fan.
This is odd. This is so weird, but I love it. Right, I better get back to my own stream.
Fast learner, you're a very good student. I believe if you put a little more effort in it, and if you focus on practicing well in the future, you might be a new. You might make yourself a name in a magic community.
I will practice, and I will try and give myself a name.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Yeah.
See you soon. See you around.
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny. Right, dude. I want to get back on with this one because they're all watching me, watching you, talking to me.
Yeah. I got the same problem.
So I will be in touch.
Take care, mate.
Give me a hit on Instagram if you can, buddy. That's my Instagram. And if you want to hit me up on an email, then my email is here as well. Either way, make sure you get in touch. It'd be really, really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, great. I'm back as well. Big love, dude.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye in a minute.
I will practice and I will try and get myself a name.
Thanks a lot, mate. See you soon. See you around,
Oh,
yeah?
funny. Right, dude, I want to get back on with this one because
So this was crazy. This was absolutely crazy. And now OBS is complete out of order. I don't know what's happening here. Are you guys, where are we at? I have a major leak delay. I don't know what's happening. Are you guys hearing me? Okay, now everything's back in order. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. Okay. I'm super hyped now. I'm so hyped now. So here's just what happened. I just have to recap this because otherwise I just saw, preparing this live stream, that Robert Bellis was going live about like 1.5 hours later, and I was just practicing here. I remembered that, and I was thinking, let's see what he's doing. And then I said, you know what? I'm watching his stream right now while I'm streaming. I wrote a comment, and this guy went off like this. It is so awesome. It is so freaking awesome. Guys, have you been witnessing this? Or am I just dreaming? Am I just making... I'm just out of control right now. This dude is such an amazing performer. And he totally fooled Penn and Teller. And he is a name. Man, amazing. I love YouTube. I love this platform. This is so rocking awesome. Freaking amazing. Okay, I gotta turn the music here back on a little bit. Something else. I hope I didn't lose you guys. I hope you're still with me. Yeah, Cabaret is still there. Listening to some pretty dope hip-hop here. We got 8 people watching. I'm super psyched. Now I need to smoke a cigarette and then I get back into practice. That's what I'm gonna do now. Amazing, amazing, amazing. That was super crazy. That was so crazy. Okay. Robert freaking Richard Bellows. Richard, not Robert. I'm such an idiot. Richard freaking Bellows. Just learned the top shot with my tutorial. Cool. That was cool. That's how we roll. Sorry guys that this went off in this direction here and I wasn't focused on you and on what we were doing here now, but you know, maybe it was also fun for you guys to watch. You know, it's always so super exciting when things like this get so massively, drastically interactive, you know, because you can't imagine how it's really a lot of work, you know, to set something up like this, to go out there and do these streams, you know, organize your time, your schedule around it, and so on and so on. And this is the same situation for him, you know. He's doing this at the same time, and then when you get a feedback loop like this, it's just crazy. It's just so amazing, freaking amazing. Yeah, I got back to cards. I forgot practicing as well. Now guys, get your cards back, because we're here to practice, right? No, but this really got me now. This got me really excited now. I really had my heart went faster and stuff. That was just crazy.
You know, well, it's okay. You know, as I'm watching here right now, he also got only, for who he is, he only got 16 people watching currently, teaching some tricks right now on his channel also. You see, there's, I mean, guys, like, there's, right now on YouTube, there's so many things you can watch, you know, so it's really about a relationship, it's really about, you know, what works best for you as a consumer or as a student of a certain art form, and what's your best time, you know, to do this, and so on and so on. So as I said before, I don't really think in competition. I really think in a collaboration like this, you know. And usually I do the streams on Tuesday, so if he's up on a Thursday on a regular basis, you can imagine me tuning in on his sessions once in a while, because there's always something to learn, especially from a player like this guy, you know. No, Dimitris, I'm not a professional magician in the sense of I'm not making money with this, and I'm not performing on a regular basis. Not for now, that is. I'm an dilettantos, you know. I'm a very passionate about the art form, and I'm a magician, just a magician, you know. So, now the music gets into the real vibes. Bang! Let's get back here. Luis Angel Casado, nice for you tuning in. Hey, welcome to the show. What am I gonna do now? Let's try some lasers here. Like that, dealing cards on the table, really random, you know, and always making sure everything's really clean, and then we are pretty good with all what we gotta do. No signal. So guys, I need another deck of cards, I guess. Now I gotta pick them up from the floor now. That was stupid. But I'm hyped now. It's punked here. It's crazy. Got the music super loud on my headphones. Bringing everything back to order. It's a pretty new deck of cards. Just opened it, cracked it open. I got 3 days ago or something. First one is always the hardest. Need to get this also. This is where we stopped before this madness with Richard Bellis went off. It's that after getting behind the secret of a specific move, to really get it flowing, you know, to really get into the flow with it, so that you really safely, securely, and confidently can perform it pretty much in any situation. And especially in a performance situation where there is a lot of stuff going on, you know. You might be nervous. And people are interacting with you, reacting to what you say. And it's quite of a stressful situation if you're not conditioned to it, to a performance situation. So everything that feels already comfortable in a practice session might feel very, very differently in a performance situation. So you're aiming in a performance, in a practice session, always to max it out, you know, to be 100%, 120% with what you're doing, because in a performance under stress, it's a different deal, you know, different thing. And you gotta be ready for it. And that's where I'm here, like this. Just practicing. So you never know what happens, you know, when you go live. That's insane, man. That was insane. This is my, of course, favorite table flourish. Laymen really love this very much. And you can go like, oh, bang. That was the routine I started the practice session with today. Going back here a little bit. Let's see what the hands say now. It's much better. Got my ring here. Oh, I'm super hyped. I'm super excited now. That was so cool. Man, I'm still processing this. That's how Chris Ramsey must have felt when PewDiePie said "Verlofteline." Did you guys? Have you guys been there when it happened? You know, guys, I have a love-hate thing going on with Chris Ramsey. Because he's so big, you know, his channel exploded, and sometimes it's like, you know, when the AI is recommending and when Chris Ramsey is everywhere, and I'm like, come on AI, just leave us a little, at least some crumbs from the cake, yeah, or small guys, you know. Please give us also a couple of suggestions at least, you know. But today I watched in the morning, kind of the first thing. I just wanted to tune in, and then I realized how kind of satisfying it is to watch somebody else, you know, solving a puzzle or a riddle. And then when he was done with it, and it took him 3 hours or something, and in the outro of the video, he was like, he said that he was in this weird mindset because doing this for 2 hours now or 3 hours now is just like insane, you know? And that was one of these moments where I thought, oh, this guy is, he has something for himself, because, yeah, that's crazy to do something like this, and this puts you into weird mindset. I totally can relate with that. So I guess he deserves all the success he got on YouTube. He's coming up on a high frequency with really cool content. Yeah, gotta say. I'm getting there. To be quite honest, guys, this is the performance. I'm practicing the performance for the tutorial pilot of the tutorial series on the table work, the basics of table work, which is the next tutorial series I'm gonna shoot, and I hope I will find time very soon to do this. Yeah. And I'm practicing this so extensively because when I mess it up shooting, I will have to rearrange the cards. And I just don't want to waste a lot of time over this shoot, you know? So I'm practicing now very intensively. Doesn't matter if I mess it up because there's no order, there's no effect right now. But then when I say record, I hopefully just take it just hopefully takes a few takes to get a really decent and nice performance, you know. So who's still with me, guys? There's right currently lowest viewpoint, only 6 people viewing. Who's with me? Let me know. The brave 6. The guys who really want to know it. The guys who are really practicing. Case that well is back after seeing the wife off to work. Well, you sent your wife to work? Or what did you do? You brought your wife to work? Where are you watching from again? Case that weld. Oh. Naira Smith writes, I never thought about table work at all. I don't like the idea. I need a table to mace people. Yeah, I know. But if you do, you can, table work's great. It's great. And I really enjoy these table techniques. It's a lot of fun. I see, case that well. A goodbye kiss, and she's off to work. Well, it's beautiful. You both got a job, you love each other, and you have a free day, and you playing games and watching card magic practice stream. Whatever, man. Now we got this dramatic music going on here again. My precious! My precious! My precious! Right, Athens, Georgia, USA. The United States of America. But the question is there anybody else still practicing card, or am I the only one practicing here? So Case That Well has basically three hobbies, and that's cardistry, super nope, he says, yo-yoing about a year, and I'm okay, I guess, in video games. Yeah, man. What's going? I'm probably the world of yo-yo. You know, guy. I'm born 1975, so I've seen a lot of pop culture in my life, you know. And I bet if I'm tuning into the world of yo-yoing right now on YouTube, I will be blown away. It's like, that's amazing. I do this the other day because I guess yo-yoing is something very different from 1987 today. Now just freaking up to the ladder, man. This is I'm just pissed about myself right now because I just, come on, man, get it going. Flying, we asked about the magic channels. I mean, these are very different profiles, and I am personally making my way up to the top very, very slowly as a magic YouTube channel, because I believe I have something to add to the community, because I'm coming from sideways. Because I did very different things before magic, and I'm compared to much more successful magicians here on YouTube, a little different generation also. So yeah, you named a lot. I mean, Miss Mag 822 is kind of an institution, and he represents. I mean, he's not uploading anymore, I believe. He once said this, that he had this almost addiction of getting 1 million subscribers up to a point. So he's more an institution. He represents more a YouTuber who kind of, you know, was the first to position himself with card tricks. and he started uploading from the very beginning. He's been with YouTube from the very beginning, so he's one of the early YouTubers. And then, of course, Sankey Magic. Of course, Jay Sankey is an all-rounder. This guy is really amazing. He's an all-rounder in every way. For everything, he's covering basically everything. And his videos here on YouTube are extremely rich, and the products he brings out are very, very valuable. So it's valuable. Jay Sankey really comes from this very practical side of magic. The things he does, this is everything designed so that it works. And what he's teaching on magic, you can breathe it. Actually, he's breathing this experience of making magic work. Absolutely rich. And then there's of course 52 Cards, who has been the first who did high quality tutorials on high quality in-depth tutorials on difficult sleight of hand, I believe, which made him so so big. And his community is very radical. I always say 52 Cards is a religion, you know. I don't know what he's up to. He produced these cards, these mints. I don't know much about him as a performer. I never saw him perform anything, so I don't know what he's up to. And Daniel Madison, I talked about him today. Very rich channel also. A very high quality produced videos, and he's got something going on. He's working on something. It's I keep an eye on the guy, and in the way of I'm interested in the character that's evolving there, and in the take, and also the philosophical and emotional take. I believe Daniel Madison is quite unique when it comes to this one, and yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. But there's so many others. I also like I'm so tired now. Stephen Bridges. He does not do any teaching or something. It's just performance. And then the last things I've seen from him is he really made a commitment to himself to become a performer, a professional magician. So he would hit the streets and do street performances, and he would kind of, you know, in a vlog style of way, you know, document his journey of a street magician. And he also has a lot of great performances up and running. Very inspirational. I love this very much, what he's doing. And then there's a shout out to a guy, and I've got a very old video of mine where I would give this guy a big shout out. Paul Weatherby, America's Most Bizarre Magician. Paul did a show for the longest time. Every Wednesday he would perform a magic trick in a kind of parlor set. And these videos are not the best from terms of the YouTube standards, you know. If you compare it to some cardistry style, crisp, edited, you know, young YouTube stuff. But what you can learn, what's so rich about Paul Weatherby's Wednesday, or it's called Paul Weatherby. Let me show you this. These are all classics of magic, of close-up and parlor magic, beautiful effects, cards and stuff, and they're pretty much performed in a way like you would expect it with an audience, like in a parlor set. So this is absolutely rich, and so if you want to give yourself a treat, go through this whole episode of him. And let me bring this up. I'm gonna look him up right now. So let me bring him up right now. Paul Weatherby. And he only got 890 subscribers, which is a shame. But he hasn't been doing anything here. So he liked one of my videos, latest activities. But if you look at videos, there you go. Look at this. 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 These are all performances of classic magic tricks. Classical magic. Like that's everything in the book. The guy did everything. And even if you don't dig his performance style, what he's performing that is how it works, how it looks like. Now, it is amazing. It is an amazing channel. Check it out. So his latest last upload. I mean, I'm on YouTube since 2012, and I started really building my channel about late 2016. So when I found Paul, he was active. Now he's not active anymore here on YouTube at least, but his performances are all up. It's really rich. So just to give this shout out here also, you know, give it a try, guys. Give it a try. So, and then Kestite well said, oh yeah, man, it's not even the same thing. It was talking about yo-yoing. Yeah, I guess so. And Naira Smith says, my hands still hurt. I just stopped practicing, but I'll watch until you quit. Okay. It's good that you take care on yourself. Never push yourself over the limit, so that your hands start hurt and you get something chronic or something. That's good. So maybe build in more breaks in your practice times. When you practice a lot, a right amount of breaks of contemplation is also really important, right? Bullshit. Why can't I do it like this all the time? Why can't I do it like this all the time? Man. Ah, very nice. Come on. And then I fucked it up again. I just hate myself. And this is another very nice tune from the royalty-free planet. Yeah, something like this. Come on. That's how I want to have it, baby. Come on, yes. Easy, casual. Nice! Nice. So, back to the killing. These are killing me, the seconds. Just doing it. My hands are getting tired now too. That's just what happens. But this is where I want to go there slowly. This is where it goes. No, it's coming very slowly. It's coming, it's coming. It's also a difference here. I realize this now when I have my arms closer to my body than when I have them out there, which really gives a complete different feel to the muscles that are operational here. Pushing the cards out. Also going into performance speed helps a lot. Yeah. No signal! I'm really satisfied also with the stream quality here. After all, I think I'm pretty maxed out. We're not crashing anymore. 30 frames per second does the job. The camera is working well. The quality is okay. This camera is an okay quality. I got a nice intro. The outro is also okay. Well, I'm satisfied actually. Now we just keep doing this. So now this is only this. Every second card goes out now, and I'm not in a high speed mode, more in a performance speed, and then it's not so dramatic anymore. And if I push the card far enough, and if I keep my fingers steady when I'm done with the pushing forward motion, everything doesn't look so dramatic anymore. This is cool. So this is cool. Still, you still see it. I'm still not 100% there, but it's all about the muscles, you know. It's all about the muscles. Speeding things up again, it becomes unsteady. Maybe if I go like this. Covering, you know, the big motion covering the small motion. Right now I've been doing this with a steady left hand. I'm trying to do this with a swinging left hand. Every second card comes from the bottom. I'm not 100% satisfied here, but I'm definitely making progress. And also I like my new mechanical keyboard, which is doing the blinky blinky thing all the time. And I like it, I love it, the blinky blinky thing. It's great, but do I need it? I didn't need it. I bought it anyways, you know. So now I'm going to all seconds again with the swinging motion, just to disturb my brain. and then you see my fingers are all going wild again, but this is just bodybuilding. Flying Wee is calling it a night. Good work, go to work tomorrow. Yes, absolutely. It's been a fun night and see you next time. Sleep tight, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, Flying Wee. You're an amazing dude. Have a great night, sleep well, sweet dreams. Have a great work day tomorrow, and I'm going live with this coming Tuesday, right? Have a happy Easter. Yes, right, yeah. Knights of Anarchy, couldn't tell if you're falsing or not, but fingers on the left hand still look weird because my fingers on my left hand look weird. You can tell that I'm false stealing. That's the point. What I'm doing right now here is I'm stressing my fingers. This is just bodybuilding, and I'm trying to get the rhythm. Okay, and what's happening here is that this specific motion I'm doing with this here, this is this muscles that are going in, and I want to train it so that I really, it's just bodybuilding what I'm doing here actually. I'm pushing my limit so that in a slower process, and you don't use the bottom deal. Right now I'm dealing every card from the bottom, and you wouldn't use the bottom deal in that manner. You wouldn't deal all the, or maybe if you can, but if usually you're dealing four from the bottom to a place. That's the common use of it, you know, and I'm just prepping myself for that. I'm training my muscles for that, so that when I do this in a lesser speed and only to one point of time, the power and the focus of the fingers is there because they have done it so very often, and that's what I'm doing, yeah. And of course, at a certain speed, that's what I'm saying again. The illusion works anyways. How could you? This is 30 frames per second. And this movement is much too fast and for your eyes to really see them coming from the bottom. But you see this weird movement of my hands, and with every break I do, if I now perform this in a live situation and I would deal like this, people would be irritated. And this irritation, that's enough for everybody to know what's going on, even if or to believe they know what's going on. Hey, Magic Aaron TV is in the house. Awesome. We're having a practice session here, like usual, you know. I'm just going crazy on button deals here because I just want to finish this terrible long practice time I already had with this. It's so long now, I forgot what I wanted to use it for. But this looks sick, Aaron. Do you know this one? When you deal the cards and they just disappear on the table. Ever seen this one before? Woohoo! Just like that. Boom, boom, boom. And and gone, 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 gone. How's your show doing, Aaron? Are you good? Performing on a regular basis? Working on your career as a professional magician? I hope so. Yeah, that's Leonard's green laser deal, and I just had to do it. I just had to know it. Because it is something that I would for something that I would use just because it's so strong. I just wouldn't center or focus on it. I just would do this in between just to get them frustrated a little bit, you know. like after a kind of sick 4 ace production, and then you go like, you know, the thing is that and then I never dealt with 4 cards, but you made some weird 4 ace production, and you go like, you know, and then you deal the aces onto the table and gone. So you deal the 4, like, it's just thinking about it, how this would look like. So I just produced 4 aces, I deal them onto the table, and I say, look guys, they're gone. And then people would be, this is something so strong, and if it comes unexpected with any climax just in between, you know, it's just an illusion. People they don't know what hit them. I would use it for something like this, or I will use it for something like this. Hey Richard, Belarus is in the house. Did you stop streaming? Can it be? Yeah, it's still offline. That was funky what we just did. Amazing. I'm here practicing. What I'm doing here, I'm just having a practice session. I got a fan base, a regular crowd of a bunch of people shuffling in to practice. So as I always saying, making it quality time. And I'm a stand-up guy. Doing mostly improvised stuff in bar situations, and I'm not so much a table guy, and I'm just working for a very long time now on all these crazy shuffling, dealing techniques and stuff, and I'm just practicing here this pretty much in the public, in the wide, and it was just so funky to watch. To do this, it was crazy. Maybe we can do this again in a way, or some kind of collaboration in the future. I'd really love to do this. Since there's something going on YouTube with magic also, and nobody knows where the journey is heading, right? So, Magic Aaron TV writes, yes, I've just started my own website and started my own company and working on a second show. In the show, I'm a chef and I'm going to make food for the King of Holland. That sounds great. Please feel free to share the link of your website in the comments of this video, okay? Because I want to check it out. That would be amazing. This sounds like a great show, Aaron. This is amazing. I'm looking forward to see the show. Maybe you do a television version of it once. What? So Knights of Anarchy asked me, how did I learn it? Did you buy a DVD? Do you buy DVDs? Yes, of course. I've got the was one of the best investments I ever did. It was 150 quid. Leonard D. The DVD set. It's amazing. And this and Doc Eason's Card Under Glass. These are the best purchases I ever made in Magic when it comes to card magic. Table work is so difficult, Richard Beller's right. Great laser deal, dude. Thank you so much. I'm working very long on this. Really long. And a good old also, this is what I'm practicing for a very long time now. A little false shuffling and cutting series, of course, with one eye on Di Vernon's classic Triumph, which is such a beauty, which is just a masterpiece, a master composition. Yeah, Doc Eason, you know, I love this. Here's the story, since you're watching, Richard. I'm now 43 years old, and I started with magic about like in my early 30s, about 30, because I met a magician from London who's been a working magician, a street guy and a table hopper, like a really rough dude from London, and he stayed over in my place because he needed a place to sleep. And I gave him a place to sleep for about 1 month, and whenever he came back from work, he would show me things, and he totally got me hooked on magic. And I got very passionate with cards over the years, and the great thing is that this first indoctrination with magic set me on the right track. This for myself at least, this very close up, live, rough working situation, which is so very different, and you notice from television and working with cameras and in more stable environments. And the work of Doc Ethan is just a thing I dig so much. I mean, this is so rough what he's doing, and it's so with the people, and it's so. This is just what I love. This is where my heart is, you know, set on fire. This situation, you know, with people, and playing these games, and trying to make it work no matter what, you know, no matter how crazy the crowd gets. I sent you a video on a 3-pack table card, got some work in it. Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you so much. This is amazing. This is so amazing what just happened. For me at least, it was just a funny situation. And yeah, I'm super passionate about magic. Whenever you come to Berlin and something's going on, hit me, you know. However, I never made a commitment so far to go into the field, trying to become a professional, like really making a living off of magic. It's just not this. I'm just not in a situation in my life. But I'm an admirer of the art form, and I really challenge myself to become a master of the art. You know, this is my goal. Okay, Magic Iron TV, thanks for tuning in. Take care, and see you around next time. I'm going up here with these sessions Tuesdays, every Tuesday, for the next weeks, hopefully. And good luck with your work, you know? Make it happen. And leave the link of your website, please, in the comments here. Yeah, a homeless magician, you know, wandering the streets of the city. Awesome. Awesome, Richard, I'm looking more into your work then, and what you're doing. I've been super focused with a lot of other projects also, not related to magic, and then running a YouTube channel, and then also, you know, everything you gotta practice, and then a performance once in a while. And I'm up to here. So I didn't really have time, which I really regret, actually really following other magicians and what's going on. But it's like this sometimes, you know. Yeah, that's the way. Richard Bellis writes, gives a pro tip on becoming a pro. I'd always recommend doing it part-time alongside a job. Stay secure and build it up until you earn twice your day job. Yeah, well, yeah, that's how I guess that's how you do it. Yeah. Okay, thanks for the website, Aaron. Richard, you're quite a while in the business, aren't you? Ah. No, not anymore. I won't be a starving artist anymore. I used to be a starving artist as a magician, and also as a writer for quite a while. So I'm done with that. Life is crazy. It takes us on many sideways. Wow, wow. I envy you, honestly. I envy you. It's pretty much the time frame, right? So it's about 10 years in of practice and before you really get into performing, right? Except for the privileged ones that kind of found the passion as children and then went off. Yeah, but there's a point, Richard. This is what I'm always I'm almost preaching this here on this channel. And when you look into my work here as a teacher, I'm only covering pretty much the basics, except for a tutorial series on the pass and the double lift. But the main focus is on shuffling techniques and cutting techniques and the basic or valuable flourishes, because I found this being a trap for a lot of young, very passionate young magicians that in the days we're living today, also how magic products are advertised, and so then it's the latest trick, the latest technique, the latest product, and people get into this habit of jumping from one slide to another, from one trick to another, from one technique to another, without ever really laying the foundation. And all the idols I have and all the great performers that are really having a reputation and building something up for themselves, they did this on this foundation, on this solid foundation. And who needs a top shot, man, to fool Penn and Teller, right? No, you don't need it, right? But you need performance experience. You need a routine that's settled, and you need to have your timing right and your persona and everything got to blend together. And this just takes time. You can't buy it. You can't learn this from watching a DVD that costs 30 euros, right? Am I right? And most of the things I do when I'm performing, I'm doing really simple things, with the simplest of effects. I'm still up until today, after only the 15 years. I'm with magic, like the first trick in the book, you know, the topsy-turvy cards from the Royal Road to Card Magic. I'm still doing that sometimes because it works, you know, and it stuns people. It's just a great trick. Well, next time when you're streaming and I'm there with you, I just wanna, you gotta show me, you gotta perform your top shot. I don't know how it looks like.
Got a film I wanna show you.
And actually, I just learned the top shot for myself because of this Leonard Green DVD, because he's got on this performance or this routine called Samurai, which I just love. And when I saw it, I said, I want to do this, but I need the top shot for it. So I started practicing the top shot. Yeah. So Richard Bellis writes, I do all my moves basic as hell, but my timing, offbeat, misdirection, entertainment and subtleties are where the work happens. It's the bit nobody sees. Exactly. So kiddos, everybody listening here, this is a professional talking. This is just so true. This is the frustrating part about our art form. The real difficult stuff, the stuff that takes years, if not decades of experience. And that is really not so easy to teach also, because it takes the experience. It's the shit you don't see. And that's what makes the magic great. And as a matter of fact, it's in the preface of Erdney's expert at the card table. He's saying the same thing. That's the most frustrating thing, that it has been so frustrating for him as a professional gambler, which means somebody who cheats at the card table, to be able to do all these things with nobody noticing the skill level, you know? So, and besides for the money, because Erdness also wrote the book because he needed the money, that was a high motivation for him to finally show the world with what he's actually capable of doing. Yeah, yeah. I also, it's this French magician, David Stone, who, by the way, has also this extremely amazing product, Tool. Oh, I love Tool because it's so adaptable and it comes with so many applications. But despite of the fact that his performance style is a bit too fast for me, but this misdirection, the misdirection of David Stone, is just, sometimes it even makes me angry because it fucks with your head so badly.
Get some on your clothes.
Okay, a double top shot, man. That is, yeah, that's a killer move, I guess. Probably you got this on your channel, right? Somewhere as a performance. I gotta look into this. Now that I know it, it won't fool me. Clark Arrows is on watching. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my brother. Clark Arrows is my brother, who's right now in my hometown Colonia visiting our mother. And he's got a band called Django Lassie, and they play in Berlin clubs for almost 2 decades now with Gypsy Swing. Okay, Richard Bellows got it as a tutorial and it's so easy. Yeah, well, that's the next thing I will look into. And if it's easy, maybe I master it in no time, and then I will fool my my boys and girls with it. That's amazing. So Richard, why you're not doing your streams so long, right? Because I'm already like I'm just a nutcase. I'm streaming for 3 hours and 20 minutes again, which is insane. I'm doing these live sessions here. But you know, it's also quality time for me because I'm practicing, you know. Clark, wie geht's in Berlin? Ist alles gut? Wie geht's der Mutter? Schläft die schon? So. Can't believe it. The great Richard Bellows who fooled Penn and Teller in the house. That's so cool. That's so cool. Right, you did this stream, this very long stream, because you supported this guy who got scammed with this fuck you playing cards. Wasn't that you? What was the name of the guy who managed to get the project through and delivered all the cards? Okay, 5 Stunden Talk, no stop, alles klar. Ja, aber ist doch gut, freue ich mich, dass du das machst, das ist total super. Ich bin hier, ich streame jetzt schon seit 3 Stunden, hab einen super Abend mit super coolen Leuten und geh gleich noch ins Mastul einen Absacker trinken. Ja, Mutter ist wieder fit, ich freue mich, das ist super. I've been speaking a little German here, guys, because my brother is in the house. Right, Dennis Kim, yeah, good for him. I hope they settled the situation and he didn't and he could trace the money, or what was it? Ah, what a nasty scam. How did you is he a friend of yours, or how did you get involved into this? Because I was involved just as a victim, if you say so, before Dennis settled it, supporting the project. I don't know, with a little bit of money. Okay, guys, slowly but certain. It was sorted and he didn't lose money. That is great. That is great. Good. And I'm happy to hear that. So we're getting done here with a finishing round of some color changes. Okay, so you just jumped in to help him. That's great. Gentle of you. Amazing. Gute Nacht, lieber Clark. Good night, Clark Eros. Und bestell mir schöne Grüße. Wir telefonieren morgen. Yeah, I know my moves, Richard. But I'm comfortable actually with the table situation here. The tables always give me a hard time because I tend to work with my wrists a little bit more down. My thumb? Which one you talking? Which you mean? At what point? Because I'm using the thumb to get it out, you know. So I know what you mean now. That this looks shitty because I got it here. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the tip. That makes it so much better. You know this one? I love this so much. I can't get it moving now. It's one of these things. It's so unnecessary. Yeah. Ah! I see. Yeah, here's I got into this position. Now it's getting nerdy because I use the base of the thumb. For me, first of all, the thing is, you know, this pushing forward of the card. When people do this just annoys me. So of course I use the left motion to tilt the card in front, and I just tilt it very little in the front, and then I use this motion of the thumb to get it out more, and then to get it in control, and that's how I got this habit of having it sticking out. I just realized this way you're saying this, and I just don't know how to handle, how to deal this. And the Mexican turnover. Yeah, the cat spin. That is yeah. That's just. There's this kid that produced some very nice cards. What's his name? Like one of these cardistry punks. And he knows how to spin a card like I couldn't believe it. Like for hours, man. Yeah, it's an attention. I will pay attention to it. So just come here and just relax it. It's an attention. Okay. Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you so much. Ah, no, I lost it here. Attention, attention. Relax. Relax the thumb, OTHMARIUS. Relax the thumb. Thumb. Relax the thumb. Easy thumb. Easy thumb. Ah, magic! Do you use the pass, Richard? Of course you do. Yeah, I guess you got a lot of material on your channel. I just gotta dig into this, man. I gotta watch this. How many subs you got anyway? How's your channel? How's your channel doing? I can't believe, man. But you. Yeah, you're not uploading. enough for the algorithm to recognize you. Because the 7.7k subs is for men of your standing ridiculous. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, 7,725 subscribers, tells me YouTube. It's ridiculous. Yeah, not interested in numbers, but it's a great platform. It's just to see the channel evaluation. I'm dealing with this back end of YouTube for a long time now. Yeah, a huge channel could be a pain in the ass, I guess. But if you have a nice development and one or another video that gets viral, I mean it's cozy, it's nice. No, I definitely, but I definitely also prefer a tiny, well-functioning community of great people that share the same passion, rather than getting into this all-hyped madness that's going on here on the platform also. Oh, come on. I have no standing. I'm just a hobbyist these days. Yeah, but come on, you got got something going for you. You got quite a name. I mean, yeah. But the diversity of the art these days is insane, isn't it? It's amazing. Oh man, I'm so tired right now. This goes so fast, Discord. How can I go so fast? What do you mean, please join our Discord? You would be very welcome there. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Take care, man. See you around. As a chat app, okay. I don't know. Thanks, King of Anarchy. So who's been here? Who's been with me here at the end of the show for tonight? Because Naira Smith wants to go to bed. And he said he keeps on watching until the stream is over. So who's still with me after this bromance with Richard and me? Who's still there? Let me know. I can read your comments. I had a great time. Right now, currently 6 viewers. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. You're rocking amazing. I have enough practice for today. Probably what I will do is go down for a beer and then for a good night's sleep. Louis Pedersen just arrived. Did I miss it? Yeah, you missed 3 hours, 37 minutes of Card Magic's practice session. And also, I watched today the live stream of Richard Bellows doing my live stream, which was crazy. But probably you can watch this if you want to tune in. I'm going to go live again. So here are the good news. The good news are that YouTube didn't pull the plug for us content creators yet. This is my schedule, and this orange dots here. This is Tuesday's live stream. I all wrote them in there, so we're going to do this. So, thank you so much, everybody, for being with me tonight, practicing cards. I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed this, just the way I enjoyed it, and keep the magic strong. Practice well. Practice on a regular basis. Do not overdose it. You know, keep it simple, and never lose the passion. Never lose the joy with what you're doing. You know, otherwise it makes no sense. You know. Yeah. Well, I will see it at another time. Absolutely no problem. I just went from pretty okay to extremely exhausted in no time, but I mean, we've been doing this for quite a while, so everything's all right. Once again, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate your time. I had a great time. We all had a great time. We practiced a lot, and next live stream is going to be next Tuesday. Hit the notification bell if you haven't done this already yet. You need to do this to get notified so that you don't miss a thing. You know the drill. My name is OTHMARIUS, and this is just what I do. Be sure now, more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very, very soon. OTHMARIUS Magic.